Welcome to the deep dive. So, today, let's maybe forget everything you thought you knew about a survival kit.
Hmm.
We're going way beyond the usual first aid and basics. We're looking at some really reimagined preparedness.
Yeah, we've been digging into the details on some genuinely innovative gadgets. Stuff designed for, well, all sorts of situations, not just deep wilderness, right? Could be urban travel, too.
Exactly. We listened to this recording that detailed a whole bunch of these survival-oriented tools.
Right, and our mission really is to pull out the most fascinating bits, the potentially life-saving insights from these gadgets. Give you, the listener, a kind of head start on what's cutting edge in preparedness.
Okay, let's jump in. The first one really made me pause. Paleo barefoots.
Us.
These are not socks? Not really. Imagine, like, chainmail for your feet.
Tiny steel rings all linked together, secured with elastic lacing, apparently.
Seriously. It's such a different approach to footwear.
It really is. Using a material like chainmail, historical armor, for something you wear right on your skin. The recording mentioned those small rings, the elastic keeping them snug.
And the makers. They make some, well, pretty bold claims. Comfort, they say.
Despite the rigidity, yeah.
Uh-huh. And supposedly great for rough terrain forests. Dirt, sand, you name it. Plus, really light. About 200 grams per sneaker. Sock.
Haha. Yeah, what do you call it? I think the idea behind it, the philosophy, is about feeling the ground more.
Right, that connection to nature thing.
Exactly. They mentioned something like 70% of our body's receptors are in our feet. So this design allows, theoretically, a much more direct sensory feed.
It makes you wonder, though, that intense feedback may be a bit much at first.
Could be. And, practically speaking, get this, they're dishwasher safe.
No way. Toss them in with the plates.
Apparently so. But they do cost $250.
Okay, yeah, that's steep. So it's that trade-off, isn't it? This unique sensory thing versus, well, cost and maybe actual protection.
Yeah. Could you really see yourself using these regularly? What about stepping on something sharp? That's a question.
Good point. Okay, moving from feet to shelter. The Heimplanet Tent Thistle.
Ah, the inflatable tent.
Ah.
From Germany.
Yeah, this sounds pretty futuristic. The big draws seem to be weight and speed.
Definitely. Super light, under 2.5 kilos, the recording said. And it packs down like the size of a sleeping bag.
You do need a pump, though. It's not self-inflating.
Right, separate pump. But the setup time.
Under a minute. That's the kicker. Imagine getting to camp, boom, shelter's up.
But then you think, oh, inflatable, how sturdy is it really?
My first thought, too. Can it handle bad weather?
Well, the manufacturer claims it can. They say it withstands extreme conditions. And the design is clever. It has separate air chambers.
Oh, okay. So if one part gets punctured,
The rest stay inflated and hold the structure. It's a smart redundancy.
that does make sense.
Yeah.
Gives you a bit more confidence. Now, the price, it varies a lot. $500 up to $5,000.
Yeah, quite a range. Probably depends on the size, maybe materials too, to get that light yet tough balance. So for you listening, how much do you value that super fast setup and small pack size versus maybe concerns about long-term durability?
It's always a balance. Okay, let's shift to tools. Sharp ones. Always essential. Gerber's got a few interesting options here.
Right.
First, the GDC Zip Blade. Tiny thing, part of a mini gadget series.
Yeah, the idea is pure portability, right? Having a blade handy without the bulk, good for camping, clipping onto gear, and it's only $15. Very accessible.
Then there's the Gerber Hunting Vital Zip. The name says hunting, but
But it's broader than that, designed for cutting tougher stuff, dense fabrics, and the cool part is the replaceable blade. Easy swap.
that one's around $12.
So you see the specialization, both small, but the Vital Zip is maybe for heavier duty quick cuts.
And the third Gerber item, the Dime Travel. This is a bit of a curveball. No knife blade. It's a multi-tool designed specifically, it seems, for travel regulations.
Ah, smart. Thinking about TSA and carry-on rules. Preparedness in a regulated world,
Exactly. But it still has pliers, wire cutters, screwdrivers, tweezers, file, insulation stripper,
Spring-loaded scissors, even a little hook. Still quite useful.
and only about $13. So, thinking about your own needs, everyday carrier trips, which of these little guys makes the most sense for you?
Different tools for different jobs.
Okay, let's talk water. Absolutely critical, obviously. The Fontis bottle. This sounds like science fiction.
It's pretty wild. The world's first bottle that fills itself, they say. pulls water from the air.
How does that even work?
Okay, so you attach the bottle to this station. It has a fan. The fan pulls air through a filter
Right.
and into condensation chambers. Inside, there's a cooling element powered by solar.
And solar powered. Okay.
That cooler cools the air, and the moisture, the water vapor, condenses back into liquid, drips right into the bottle, like dew, basically.
Wow. And solar means you don't need batteries or plugs.
Exactly. Now, the production rate, it depends heavily on conditions. Needs humidity, right?
Yeah. High humidity, 80–90%, and warmth, 30–40 degrees Celsius. Then it can make up to half a liter an hour
Half a liter an hour. That could be huge.
in the right place.
But in dry or cold air, much less, obviously. Something to keep in mind. There are two models mentioned. Aero for $250 and Ride for bikes, $225.
So the question for you listening is, how appealing is that? Generating water from air, but with those environmental strings attached.
It's interesting tech, for sure.
Staying with water, there's also Pure2Go. Different approach.
Right. Fontis makes water. Pure2Go cleans existing water.
And they make a key distinction. It's a purifier, not just a filter.
Yeah, the audio stressed that. It claims to actually kill germs, bacteria, even viruses. Filters mostly just trap stuff. Purifiers neutralize the really nasty microorganisms.
It sounds super fast. Pour dirty water in.
Clean water comes out immediately. No waiting.
That's impressive. Uses replaceable cartridges, costs about $95.
That speed is a big plus when you need safe water now. So for you, the listener, how much value is there in that purifier level of safety? Knowing it tackles viruses too, does that give extra peace of mind?
Definitely something to consider. Okay, let's talk warmth. Protection from the elements. Titan blankets and sleeping bags.
Ah, the NASA stuff.
Yeah, made from a material developed by NASA. And the main thing seems to be they're incredibly thin.
And light. The recording highlighted that. Much thinner than competitors, apparently, which means they pack down incredibly small.
The sleeping bag. Get this, 126 grams. Fits in your palm.
That's almost nothing.
But they claim it retains up to 90% of your body heat.
Which is pretty amazing for something so minimal, efficient.
The sleeping bag is only about $15, and you can get 5 blankets for around $22.
That really could change how you pack, couldn't it? For trips, or even just your car emergency kit. So lightweight, so effective. Could you see that fitting into your plans as maybe a primary or backup layer?
It's very tempting. Finally, let's talk hands. Protecting your hands is crucial. Schmitz Mitz gloves.
These sound serious. Designed for heavy-duty protection.
Very layered construction. The recording mentioned Kevlar on the outside.
Right, for cuts, then carbon protection for impacts, Cordura for abrasion, different densities, and Hippora for water resistance. It's like layered armor for your hands.
And they claim it holds up against cuts, blows, even fire for 20 seconds.
Yeah, quite the specs. They cost around $60.
So these aren't everyday gardening gloves, clearly.
No, definitely geared towards situations with significant hand hazards, maybe certain jobs or specific rough activities. So for you listening, can you think of scenarios where that level of robust hand protection would be truly invaluable?
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive.
Yeah.
Wow. It's pretty clear preparedness is moving in some really innovative directions.
Absolutely. We've gone from, chain mail socks to tents that inflate in seconds to bottles pulling water from the air.
It's a long way from just a basic first aid kit and a pocket knife, isn't it?
The common thread seems to be technology, advanced materials, clever design, all aimed at solving those fundamental survival needs more effectively. Lighter, faster, sometimes in completely new ways.
Which leads to our final thought for you. As this tech keeps evolving, how is it going to keep reshaping what we even consider essential preparedness?
What seems niche or futuristic today? Could it become standard tomorrow? What unexpected gadgets might become absolutely indispensable down the road?
Definitely something to think about regarding your own needs and where all this innovation might take us.